What's up guys, it's Eric with Painting Business Pro, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to start a painting business in 2023. I've been making one of these videos almost every year for the last decade, and we've taught a lot of people, hundreds of people, how to start a painting business, maybe thousands now. And so in this video, we're not gonna cover everything in detail because there's no possible way I could cover everything in detail. We've got a series of videos coming after this. So this video, we're gonna do a high level overview of how you go from just starting the business to now I'm in business, and then what's the path to actually building a business over the next 3 to 4 years. Following this video, we'll introduce you to some other resources that you can utilize that are totally free. They're gonna help fill in a lot of the gaps and give you a pretty clear roadmap for how you can build your business from scratch, just like we've helped hundreds of people do over the years. So the first thing we want to talk about is just the why in logistics. So before you ever get your business started, the very first thing is, what business do I want to start and why do I want to start a painting business? We're going to include follow-up videos in the playlist covering everything that we're going to cover here. I'll just touch on a few things briefly, like why start a painting business. There's a few reasons that I've decided to go all in on the painting business and why I've helped so many people do it, which is, number one, it's a huge, huge market. I mean, we're talking like billions and billions of dollars of painting being done. In any larger markets, there's tons of painting being done. You just need to carve out a tiny, tiny little slice of the pie to build a pretty nice income. Second great benefit is it's really low startup costs, incredibly low, where you can actually turn a profit on your business as soon as 1 to 2 months into business, which is really uncommon for starting up any company. The next up is that it's a really low level of competition. There's a lot of competitors, but there's a lot of people out there who are in business right now who are not very professional, don't show up on time, aren't implementing the latest technology and expectations, and customers want that. So all you've got to be able to do is be better than the next guy, be better than some of the competition out there, and you can carve out some of the pie and then accelerate from there. And there's a ton of ways that you can become better than your competition in a relatively short amount of time. It's also pretty nice that the painting business is fairly economic proof regarding the economy, whether it's up or down. Even studies at Harvard showed that the painting industry doesn't take that much of a hit even in economic downturns compared to larger ticket stuff like remodeling. So there's a lot of really amazing reasons to get started in the painting business, but the first step is deciding, do I want to commit myself to it? Because that's one of the most important ingredients for building a successful business is commitment. Because when you start a business, you're not thinking that I'm starting this for the money I'm gonna make next year. You're starting it because you're gonna build it. And if you build a business the right way, the first year can be really good, but the second year should be even better. And the third year should be even better. And the fourth year should be even better. And over time, what you have created is paying you more and more money, giving you more and more time, and actually becoming a real asset for you. So the whole point of building a business is not the short term, it's the long term. Now, we do want to make money and be successful in the short term, which we can do in the painting business, which is one of the benefits. But in order to make it to the long term, you've got to be committed. So before anything else, make sure like, hey, I'm committed because I'm going to go through some hard times here and there, some struggles, some learning lessons, some failures. And if you're not someone who's going to stick through that and learn from them, then don't bother in the first place. So once you're clear on your why and you're clear you're getting started with a business, the next thing you got to look at is just the logistics. All right, just kind of the technical logistics to set up a business. We're talking about getting your name, registering your business, getting an EIN, setting up your bank account, getting insurance, getting a logo, getting a website, like all the really foundational stuff that once you've done it, it's done. All right, so that's gonna be the why and logistics. We're gonna put a link below this video on YouTube where you can go download our startup guide. It's totally free, it's 29 pages that goes into a ton of detail with exactly how to do all those things. I know when I started my business, I was a little unsure. Did I register everything I was supposed to? Did I need to do this? Did I need to have an attorney do that? We'll tell you exactly what to do in the most cost-effective way so that you can trust like, okay, I've dotted my I's, I've crossed my T's, I'm good to go. So you can click the link below the video to get access to that startup guide. Again, it's totally free and it'll help you out a bunch with just getting the thing established. Now, once that's done, now we're like, okay, let's start business. And the one way to look at this is my first job is to market, to find potential customers. There's a number of different ways you can market your business, which we'll get into in later videos. But this is how I find potential customers. And then I gotta sell. I gotta actually win the business of those potential customers. We're also gonna give you some videos on how to sell a paint job, even if you're brand new and don't have credibility, just like I did when I started my business, and I sold 5 of my first 6 estimates I did as a brand new business. All right, so then you gotta sell, and then you gotta produce, like actually deliver on your promise to the first customer. All right, so that's our first big milestone is I just gotta get enough leads to do a few estimates to book the first job, find a good subcontractor who I can work with to get this first job produced. And now I would just say, you're in business now. You're just in business. Just like everybody else out here is just in business now. Once you've done it once, now do it a second time, but faster. Third time, but faster. Fourth time, but faster. And now I would say you've transitioned from I'm starting to like, no, now you're just in business. Now you're just in what I call phase 1. All right, so phase 1 of building your business is building a strong foundation. All right, so this means you're the person that's doing you're managing the marketing, you're doing the estimates and sales, you're working with your subcontractors to manage the fulfillment of your projects, you're keeping track of customer details. All right, but you're the one orchestrating, managing the business, and there's a handful of things that you really need to master at this stage to build a strong and healthy foundation. If we're truly building something, the size and scope of what you can build is determined by the strength of the foundation. If you're building a skyscraper, but you put in a foundation that's equipped to build a 1-story house, you are not building a skyscraper. All right, so it's really important that you don't try to shortcut the foundation, but that you take the time to get that built really right. What most people do is get it good enough, try to build, and then pretty soon they realize, oh, I didn't have the foundation, then I gotta go back, fix the foundation, and then try to grow again, then they go back and fix the foundation, and they do it over and over, and it's a much slower way to build a business. So in phase 1, we have other videos we'll include about what is included and what phase 1 entails, but it includes things like business planning and strategy, marketing, estimating, sales, project management, and then the administrative side of your business. So there's 6 main aspects to phase 1 that you want to get good at and be hitting really good, strong benchmarks at before you move into phase 2, which is building your team. Ultimately, in phase 1, you don't really own a business, you own a really good job, and sure, like you do own a business, but it's not really why you got into business. Most people get into business so that they can ultimately make great money and have freedom and free time. But if you're the one that's doing the estimates, managing the projects, then what happens if you take a month off and go to Costa Rica or whatever? No business comes in. So ultimately, we do want to get to the point that we're moving into phase 2, where we're building a team. The key team members we're talking about here is a sales rep or estimator, or 2, project manager, or 2, and an office manager. Once you have those three roles hired for, you are no longer a part of the day-to-day in your business. That's what phase 2 is. It's about building the offers, recruiting those people, training those people, and putting the management structures in place so that they're thriving, that they care, that they love their job, and that they're doing a great job representing you and your business. You can't do that successfully on a shaky foundation. All right, so that's phase 2, is building your team. And that's really the roadmap for building a $2 to $3 million business put on 3 lines. First, or 4 lines, whatever. First, you've got the logistics. Then you've got to market, sell, and produce your first job. Once you've done it once, do it a second time, third time, fourth time. Now you're just in business and you're in phase 1. Phase 1, build a strong foundation. Once you've done that, at some point you can't grow without bringing people on. That's when we start to move into phase 2 and start building your team. This whole journey is anywhere from like a 3 to 5 year process, depending on how aggressive you are about learning and training and developing yourself to get good at the things necessary. But that can happen pretty quick. And when you're in phase 2, if you've got 2 sales reps, 2 project managers, and an office manager, you should be running a $2 to $3 million company with all the day-to-day taken care of. And that's the goal. That's what we help people do at Painting Business Pro in our training program. But we've got a number of resources that are completely free and available to you if you're starting a painting company. So what I would recommend, first is, like I said below the video, we're gonna link to a startup guide. It's 29 pages, it's free, it's thorough. It's gonna outline how you're gonna build your business. It's gonna essentially give you the business plan, give you the milestones, give you the checklist for what you need to get logistics done and guide you with marketing, selling, and producing your first job. When you sign up for that startup checklist, we'll also send you a series of emails that's covering everything that I just went through that are YouTube videos. So the second opportunity you have for resources is our YouTube playlist. So after this video, there's a series of videos that are designed for people starting a business, including how do I get my first leads? How do I start out marketing? What are some free things that I can do for marketing? What are paid options for marketing? We get into things like how do I sell my first job with no credibility? We'll get into how do I recruit a subcontractor? How do I get my first job produced? And then we'll also include some videos on phase 1 and phase 2 and a little bit more detail on those. So this will be a pretty extensive YouTube list that's totally free that'll really give you a lot more clarity on how you're gonna actually build this business from where you are today to 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now. And then of course, the most valuable thing that we've got to offer is our training program, where everything that we're talking about is covered in excruciating detail. You've also got support, coaching, webinars, a community, live events, among other things. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to us, but I would definitely recommend at least taking advantage of all the free stuff that we have, because there's nobody out there that's put out more of this content or trained more people to start and build successful painting companies than we have over the last decade or so. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. If you liked it, drop a comment below. If you have questions, drop a comment below. And we really look forward to helping you, build a business, create freedom, and build a company people love. So we look forward to working with you soon, and I hope you enjoyed the video.